So on to Adam now, sir. Straight away, no questions. You can stay there, yeah? I'll pass you. So Adam I met on Instagram.
Is it Instagram or Tinder?
Grinder, I think.
How long have we been talking for? Because I haven't.
Probably,
couple of years?
I would say, 2-3 years now. So Adam, has been supporting us on Instagram for quite a while now, and we drove down in the Corker on Demand van to come and see you, and you ran away from us. The great video where we've been chasing you through every field and street possible.
That's amazing.
But we've developed a relationship through social media. So, although sometimes social media it goes the other way, where you can be very addicted to it. There's a lot of good that can come out of it. And
yeah, because we only met quite recently, so we've been talking like, I guess, pen pals for like a couple of years, and got like a super close relationship, but never actually met.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So.
And to finally get him down here. When did you come down here? When Ryan was here, when we done the ads for this event.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, and you just he came here and he just loved it. He went away thriving. So thanks for coming down again today.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I guess firstly, how immensely proud I am of you, your family, the Corker family, and Karen, what you've done with helping this. It's it's amazing.
And one of the reasons why I love Adam so much is because he's so good on branding and marketing and presentation and following through with customers' expectations and satisfaction. He's always getting great reviews, and he's always following up with his clients after a project. Even the way you present the quotes and stuff it's just all that little detail is in my eyes it is brilliant. And the reason I wanted to invite Adam down today to talk is to share how those things sort of work and what sort of business you get from doing that, Adam.
I'll introduce myself. I'm Adam, Director of Utopia Landscapes. We're based in Chichester, West Sussex. We're a design and build company. We were sole traders for 2 years, and now a limited company for 2 years. We're just very fortunate received Best New Business at Pro Landscape Awards, which is pretty cool. I think firstly, I'm very privileged and very lucky to do something that I love and I'm super passionate about. But then secondly, it's having such an impact on people's lives, and coming in, transforming a garden, seeing people cry, seeing people like just the emotions, and it's like so addictive. And then from there, it's like really hooked me. So every time it's how can I deliver something better? How can I have such a more of a effect on them? So for me, it's always been fully on end-to-end service, and like it's a whole storyboard. Like with Rob and filming, there has to be a start, a middle, and end, and you've got to help them through the whole journey.
Well, it's delivering on your, what you've set out to do at the start, and delivering it right through, but also how you communicate your project and you run your different jobs, and even like the signage and the stands that you have to keep the site tidy. It's just, I think it's really impressive, and definitely people should take note of what you're doing over there.
Yeah, there's so many different things. So one of the things we do is we once we got to the quoting stage or design stage, we would then go around at a convenient time for the client, go around and sit down and present the design estimate to them, rather than just, I've never sort of sent off an email, because if you send off an email there's no context and no explanation, and designs are so interchangeable. So we arrange a time to sit down, we go through, and that's when you can either value engineer it, to sort of take parts away and maybe reschedule them later on, or you can add more detail. But without that, the clients just look at the price really, or just look at the design and go, nope, whereas you need the time, it's well worth the investment. A lot of people say I'm crazy and stupid for wasting time and going around there, but that is like the win rate has gone so high. And then from there, at the moment I'm not charging, I should do, but there's usually a second or a third sort of revisit, re-meeting. Follow up, thank you. Follow up. I'll stick with re-meeting. There's a second or third re-meeting. That's when you can really kind of just to ensure that because most people they're doing it once. Some people are fortunate to have multiple gardens, but generally speaking, most people will do it once. So it's so important that you get it right. And as much as I love designing, have an input, it's their garden, so we need to. The meetings are to exhaust all the options, and for me, I want to get as many no's as possible, so that I know that in 6 months' time, after I've installed it, there's no regrets. They're sitting there, and it's exactly what they want.
Brilliant. So so how many teams are you running at the minute, Adam?
So we've got 2 teams, and I'm looking forward to June where we've got a second foreman, project manager, which I mean I can step back, run the projects, give my guys a better experience, but also give the clients a better experience. Because there's so many ideas, but to
grow the business
even better everyone's experience.
And where predominantly are your projects? Are they around Chichester? How
Yeah,
far do you go out?
I'm very lucky. So the first year, I think everyone was saying business, you've got to get your name out there. So I travelled anywhere and everywhere. Started doing fencing, small patios. But after the first, I was travelling. So based in Chichester, travelling to Southampton, up past Guildford, anywhere. Whereas the last 3 years, been very fortunate. It's just Chichester. It's a very fortunate, very affluent area. Loads of new builds, loads of like nice houses anyway. I mean, I would travel for the right projects if the clients are nice and the project's nice, and I would travel. But at the moment, I'm very fortunate to stay where I am.
And then on brand, because I know you love branding, and especially
Do I?
brand awareness,
Yeah.
on how active you are, going to different events and doing your podcasts and stuff. What would you say, brand awareness wise, of getting your name out there has been most successful for you? Is it, doing the podcast? Is it going to the events and just being overall active? You've come down from Chichester today, which is what, a 2-hour drive to be here in front of
I don't know if there's a most.
everything combined.
Everything combined. There's so many different. When you ask me to talk about marketing, there's so many different components to it. I'd say networking's so huge, and just be a sponge. Anyone you talk to, everyone's got something to give. So just try and really soak up as much information from each person as you can, and then go back and act on it. Don't just kind of have the conversation and that's it. Kind of register and just absorb something they've said,
Well,
so they can improve.
it's about
improve your practice.
it's about connecting with people and meeting other like-minded individuals to grow your own brand and to grow each other's brand, really. And
Well, this is what I love about what you're doing here, what you're doing the podcast with the APL cluster groups. I'm part of the Barley South Thames committee, is that we all go for the same, and I think that was the thing that hit home for me, is being part of the Barley committee. You've got these incredible companies that do £1 million, £2 million gardens, maybe more, and there's me, and you're in the room with these people. There's like 10 of us. We're all going for the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're small or a big company. Everyone's got the same stresses, everyone's got the same pressures, the same worries, the same concerns. So for me, it's very reassuring, and that's why having these networking events is so good. Finding nice, like-minded individuals, you can all share experiences and help each other grow and learn.
Well, and I think that's the world we live in nowadays, is because there's so much information to access, and everyone, I mean, years ago, everyone was probably quite a closed book. With social media now, and everyone having exposure and everyone showing what they're doing, I think it's important to go out and connect with people. And
well, it's like Karen said, that everyone's, because it's so with social media, everyone's pushing each other, because everyone's showcasing their best skills, and you're kind of seeing that and go, oh, how can I do that a bit better, or how can I? And you can take like a mix of. So for me, I'm a bit cheeky, but I've got my own style, but I take little bits of different designers.
Yeah, well, you're being inspired by others.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is, I mean, we take inspiration from everywhere we go. I can go to a restaurant, or I can, go into Tunbridge Wells, or be in Amsterdam, and I'm always looking for inspiration. I think it's having that mindset, which is why, you're so great, is constantly never switching off. You're always evaluating different things, and you'll be able to spot them opportunities and be able to, grow and improve the business like you do.
Yeah, I think so. When I first started, I think websites like a really basic, like entry level. When you set up a company, is the website. And I was working for another company as a project manager, and as I was setting up the company, I was looking through all the local websites, and they hadn't been updated in like 10 years. They're just really basic, really boring. Nothing sort of stood out. So when I designed mine, it was, we update ours. To be fair, Nicole's doing she's at the London College of Garden Design, so she's been off Utopia for a couple of months, but she was updating it like once a month. But that's how active we are at constantly refreshing, updating stuff. I think the key is to be current, be relevant, and just don't just sit back and go, okay, I've got a website, and just leave it up there for 5 years. It's
again, evaluating and improving, and wanting to grow is, I think, key to growing up a successful business, really, isn't it?
What about you? Throwing the question back to you, what's been your biggest Because you're really good at branding.
Brand awareness wise, I would say like you know, a combination of everything really. We first started off and it's, you know, all about sort of creating that buzz, and when we were small loads, and we went through that transition of rebranding the business, we done it at the same time we launched the garden. So it was all about relaunching the brand, you know, getting as many people down as we can, but also relaunch this new concept that no one else was really doing. And so we'd done that all at the same time, and at that point we worked with a marketing agency that taught us a hell of a lot, to go off the following year to be able to go and do it on our own, sort of outsource that sort of stuff ourselves. So yeah, it's a mixture of stuff. It's a lot of failing and learning and moving forward and just, you know, never stopping and continue to improve and grow. We've, you know, before Rob came on board, and we wanted to continue doing our videography because we knew that was key to showcase what we had done in the gardens. We went out and brought a camera, and I would shoot. I taught myself how to edit on YouTube, Premiere Pro, and my brother would be in front of the camera. So lucky enough, I went in front of it at that stage. I am now, unfortunately. So we used to go out and shoot all the content and go out to people's projects, and that's how it all started. And we was never consistent with it, and we got to a point where we were spinning so many different plates because we was just such a small, tight-knit team. And Rob over there, I went to school with. He was in my year at school. He's a right pain in the arse, just as much as he was now. But I reached out to Rob. I could see he was super creative and very detailed and great at editing. And I said, "Why don't you come down for a chat?" And that was 2 years ago now. And so Rob now shoots all our content. So we're really well known for, you know, producing our own ads in house, which, you know, I have to give credit to Rob for. He comes up with all the creative and then goes away and shoots it. And actually, he was acting in the latest one. So well done, mate. I got in trouble for that one. So yeah, really, it's just a combination of things, you know, growing, failing, learning, and just bringing it all together. And I think, you know, community for us now, what we've created and what we've sort of grown to and progressed to is a platform way beyond just supply and demand, of where we bring everyone together and, you know, we do things like what we've done Saturday night and Saturday day, and just to keep growing like that and infecting everyone with that sort of mindset to be able to connect with others and share information and help each other flourish. And, you know, that's what we generally like to do here, is see everyone grow that we work with.
Just to tag on to something you just said, what's worked well for me, it's kind of like jog my memory, is people by people. And I'd say if you're not, I'm starting to do more talking and stuff, push myself out my comfort zone, sort of ticking boxes, as I say. If you're not someone that's confident talking like this on camera, just go on the website, just take a picture of yourself and just write something about yourself. That's the first sort of step. That's what we did originally, because it's like human interaction. People need to know who's coming into the garden, who they're going to be choosing, and we've really kind of like taken to the next level with that on our website. It's not on the website yet, that's a lie. It's on Instagram. We're going to put it on the website. Before we had the team pictures and then a little bit about them. Now we've done videoing, so each person is on camera talking about themselves, why they joined, and that, along with doing daily stories on Instagram, for example. A client books in now. We start the project in December, and it's happened quite a few times. So it's been 6 months from booking in to when we starting the first day. I don't have to introduce anyone. They've been watching our stories every day. They've got the relationship. They feel comfortable. They leave us the key. Not that we go in the house, but they leave us the key. They sort of welcome the team by name. They already know their personalities. It's that level of like trust and stuff. It's that's worked really well.
And as far as the next steps for you, Adam, because I know your wife, Cole, she was actually out, you know, doing the hard graft with you, weren't she, at one stage, you know, laying the slabs and getting fully involved. What's the next steps for you? Because I know she's studying to be a garden designer now.
Yeah, so the ideas we have, so we're working with a business coach. So I want to get the two teams solid. It's all about foundation, starting at the bottom. Two teams solid. Then be working with designers, still doing our own stuff. We're working with designers. We're going to set Nicole up with a planting team, whether it's boys and girls, or she's going to have her own sort of, maybe a separate company about utopia planting. Has anyone got any questions? Or
if not, we're introduced. Yeah.
Hello there, yeah, it's Ryan here from Royal Thomas
Not from you, sorry.
That's you, that's it. That's it. So you said you had, you've got 2 teams running now, and you're saying you've been going for 4 years. Is that right? Do you see yourself getting bigger teams and going further and further afield, or is there a point where you think, do you know what, that's the many teams I like, and that's my comfort zone there?
Good question. I did originally think just 2 teams, just because I was really worried about losing the skill, dropping like the quality.
Yeah.
But now talking to the business coach, they're saying that if the foundations are there, then having the 3rd team really is not any different than having the 4th team. But it's slowly. I think in my head I'm happy where I am. I've got other different business ideas in sort of like health and wellness, which I'd like to explore.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? I could do.
Yeah, it's just that, like you said, it's getting that, it's having, as long as that quality doesn't drop between the projects, clients, your team, because like you said, without a team, you were saying earlier, without a team, you know, you've got to start with a good team.
Yeah.
So it's about creating that team, but having the foundations then.
No, for sure. I'm for Simmons Ollie, just sort of charge them with such good positive energy, but there is a lot in here which is kind of like very irrational, quite slow. So as it looks like I'm sort of going out there, there's a very...
You were in that hot tub Saturday night, was it?
Oh, you haven't got a microphone.
That's right. I'll repeat it. Don't worry, I'll repeat it.
Brilliant. Well done. Cheers, Adam.